Hey guys, God bless. Welcome back to my channel. I'm not sure which channel this is going to be loaded on. You guys know I have two. I have the Twist and Shout, which is predominantly discussing hair, being natural. And then there's my faith channel. But this concept applies to both. But long story short, I am going to attempt at embracing being a basic minimalist. And the idea came to me yesterday. I took a poll on the Twist and Shout page asking you guys, which one do you consider yourself? Basic, chaotic, creative, extra, like which one are you? And it's interesting to see that the numbers are all over the place. I grew up by default very minimalist and very basic. And I say by default because I didn't have a choice in the matter. We grew up very poor. My mom was a minimalist in the parts that directly affected us, like hygiene and stuff, clothes and stuff. But she was extra in the interior decorating to the point of hoarding, in my opinion. Now, obviously, because of the negative effects of that latter, I grew up saying, I don't want all this mess around me. But because of the formal, which would be the minimalist in hygiene and clothes and stuff, I went overboard and bought a lot of stuff, a lot of repetitive stuff. Like, my thing was I did not want to go back to the feeling of not having. So instead of just saying, well, maybe growing up, I only could afford the one pair, get two or three, I got 10, 12. Make sense? And even now, you guys have watched me embrace Bible journaling and stuff on this channel. And it really opened up the window of this is an excuse to buy excessively. And the same thing with natural hair products. Like, it became an excuse to buy excessively, like no restraints. Like, don't put any restraints on yourself. But the end result was always the same: unhappiness, which proves biblically, spiritually, if you're a Christian, that things do not fill voids. Only God can do that. But we're not going to preach today. But I do want to mention that this will also affect my spiritual walk with God and how I go about studying the Bible and talking about the Bible and my quiet time with Jesus, right? But I actually want to take this around my entire life. I mentioned to you guys right before I got pregnant, or knew I was pregnant, because obviously I believe I was pregnant when I was doing the video. But I let you guys know that I did like this real deep cleaning, like getting rid of stuff that serves no purpose, no point. And I got back to the point where I say, I like space. I like blank walls. I like plain gray t-shirts. I like plain t-shirts in general. That's never changed. Like, I'd rather have a plain tee than a graphic tee any day. But anyway. But yeah, like, even with me redecorating and decorating and decorating and rechanging and rearranging this room that I'm in right now, trying to make it filming appropriate, play appropriate for my son, in a desk area for me. I went from, all right, you have all your chaos, I have all my chaos, to give me space and you need space too. And you need to purge. That's one thing that I was indirectly teaching my son. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back in these toys and I'm literally gonna go in there, and anything he really doesn't play with is coming out. It's going to the Goodwill. I've been doing it all along, but I'm now at a space where, one, I freed up a container, right? And I'm just gonna go in for it and we're gonna get rid of some stuff. But anywho, I even have got rid of some of my things. I got rid of my Bibles. Y'all know I had a lot of Bibles in this house. I had about 72 amongst me, my husband, and my children. I now have about 20 that are mine. Like, I can say that I am the reason they're in this house. And I think there is still about 40 in total in the house, I think. Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, so I don't know if you guys are into this, if I have any minimalists on my channel already, but I want to try it out. And no, I don't want to be extreme minimalist, but I came to the conclusion that I'm there in most areas in my life. Like, I'm very minimalistic when it comes to my hair, I would think. Makeup, none. Lip gloss, no lipstick. My clothes they kind of fluctuate. But mainly when I go in my closet, it's more so a matter of when my weight goes up and down versus I just got a lot of stuff. Now, shoes, I did have a lot of shoes and I kind of cleared things out. There was a lot of things, and this is something that I noticed me, my mom, my children, and my sister and brothers do. Like, we may not necessarily want or need something, but we'll hold on to it just because of the space or void that once presented itself. And some of us are better at it than others. Like my middle sister, the one next to me, well, I actually got two middle sisters, right? But the one that's closest to me in age, she was like that. And then she now was like, here, I don't need it. I can't wear it. I don't want it. Let's just try something else. And she'll go ahead and give it away. For me, it's like, let me wait a while. Or I do like if I can't use it, maybe somebody in my house can, and then I can still see it and have an attachment to it type thing. My mom is, man, she got a barn built, and any and everything that we decided to let go of, she did not, and she will put it in the barn. But since then, she has decluttered the barn, but she still has that sense of, you don't know, somebody could use this, which I'm not against that, but some things you can afford to let go. That's my personal opinion, because while you're holding on to something, somebody could be going shopping in the thrift and Goodwill store looking for that very thing. But yeah. And my husband is sort of on the borderline of, well, he's definitely a minimalist. God knows he's a minimalist. He's a basic minimalist. And which is cool because it's like, okay, that's how I am too. But he's also the seed planter of that, well, get designer heels and get designer purses. I'm like, I never once wanted those things in my life. But his thing is, that's his love language. So I embrace it. But there's a fine line between saying, hey, I'm being gift designer versus I want everything to be designer, because I was leading towards that. But we're going to try something new and different, something that was kind of always there. I have gotten rid of a lot of my stationery pens and stuff. I have split some with my daughter. I have taken a real big bag to Goodwill. I plan on taking some Bibles to Goodwill. I know I said I was going to do giveaways, which I do have enough to finish out this year. But I think going forward, unless my channel gets like a bunch of newbies where I can say, okay, there's a whole bunch of new people that have a chance, I think I'm content with leaving the year off with this giveaway, December giveaway, and then next year we're going to try to do things a little different. But for the most part, my personal Bible, anything that I ever wrote or written in or something like that, is going to the Goodwill. If I have a barefaced Bible with nothing in it, then I'll consider giving away on the channel. But today I'm deciding to part ways with a lot of things. I'm going to go through this house, and anything that we don't immediately use or there's no future with the item, it has to go. And it's going to get dropped off at the Goodwill the next time I go. Yeah, y'all pray for me, because it's kind of scary, but not. It's almost a relief. Like when I got rid of my Bibles, it was like, I can breathe again. When I got rid of a bunch of clothes, it was like, I can breathe again. Shoes, same thing. I'm going through the house seeing what's wet. And then here's another thing too, because I was a hypocrite. Like I'll be going through my kids' stuff and say, well, you haven't used that in 2 years. Or you don't really like that. You don't really want that. Now, one thing I can appreciate about my daughter, she's much like my sister next to me. She's kind of like, I do kind of want to hold on to it, but if you say it's best to go, then it's best to go. Like, she's that person, and it's really cool. And she actually inspired me because I'm like, you're so content. Like, whether everything's in your room or we take everything out, she's at peace and she's content. And I want to be just like that. So, if you have any tips for me, drop them down in the comment section. If you have any encouragement, has anyone else tried this? Do you have any warnings? Let's hear the pros and cons. Yeah. And yes, I do know that there are certain areas and things about me that's like far-fetched. Like every time I go to a bookstore or something or thrift store, I always want to come back home with a book. That's my interest, but I do want to minimize that too because I have a lot of books I haven't even read. Also, like I said, I got my stationery down to the minimum. Like, I don't want for anything else. I got my color pencils. I got the good pens. I got the good highlighters. That is it. Now, my sticky notes, I'm looking at that like, hey, I done used all of them at least twice or 4 times. I want something new. But, again, I'm going to chill out and see how this goes. And this will require me to be minimum in my spending, too, which is going to be interesting. So stay tuned for that. And I'm sorry I'm serving y'all pregnant bareface in the morning, but yeah, welcome to this. What else can I show you guys? Y'all, if you don't know, my home life is very minimal, very basic. I stay in a mobile home. I think the model is like a 2001 or 2 or something. My car, like I went from a 03 or 04 Pontiac Grand Am to a 05 Dodge Stratus, like very basic, very minimum. I just upgraded from an iPhone 8. I had an iPhone 8, then I had an iPhone SE, and now I have an iPhone 10 by default. This wasn't even planned or bought. This was given to my husband from his brother, who he hates iPhones. He tried it, he don't like it, so he said here. So hence I got a new phone. What else? I've cleared my walls in here, my space. I know y'all, the background was chaotic, my desk was chaotic. I have cleared that completely out. I plan on continuing to do a cleanse in here. I do want one more shelf, but that's only for the purpose of actually organizing Jay's toys. And I might even try to do that today because I feel like I can sort of kind of do that with what I have, and I kind of want to film that too, but I'll leave that alone. Like I see, because I'm always changing my mind. So let me figure it out first, and then I'll come back to you guys and kind of be like, okay, this is where we're at, per se. But, yeah. Welcome to the Minimalist Journey. This is the intro. I'm going to be vlogging this. I'm going to be talking to you guys about this. I'm going to be showcasing some things about this. And, again, we're just going to see how things go, right? So, yeah, that part. Pray for me. All right, y'all. I love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.